All right, for today's live prospecting session, I am going to be contacting senior owners, i.e. baby boomers, who might be ready or thinking about downsizing. Before I do that, in our school community, I will be sharing how you can position yourself and why you might want to consider adding this as an additional source of business. And so if you're not already in our school community, I would highly recommend that you come join for free. If you're watching on TikTok, the link is in the profile. If you're watching on one of the other live streams, the link should be in the description. When you come and join, we have some free bonuses for you, number one. And number two, specifically for today, when you come join that, you'll be able to see my screen, what I'm sharing, and get more opportunities to interact, etc., with the community. Specifically, the community is for real estate agents who want to take more listings. It's for real estate agents who want to take more listings. And today's topic will be how you can position yourself as the go-to listing agent of choice for downsizing baby boomers, AKA senior owners. And so I'll unpack some information as to why and how, etc. And then I will get to actually live prospecting for 45 to 50 minutes or so. And in doing that, we will be using leaddeck.ai. leaddeck.ai. So once again, if you're not already in the school community on TikTok, you can go and join. Just go to my profile and you can join there. It's completely free to join. It's for real estate agents who want to take more listings. Completely free to join. We've got some cool bonuses that you get, and you'll get to interact with more of the community when you hop in over there. We are going to get started in there in about 2 minutes. So let me switch out of this. Let's see here. We've got about T-minus 60 seconds before we're going to go live here in the school community. You can, on TikTok, you can go to my profile and join from my profile link. And if you're watching on one of the other live streaming platforms, you can come join. There's a link in the description. Okay. All right. We're about 30 seconds out. Once again, on TikTok, if you want to come hop into our school community, you'll get to get more live interaction and so forth. The link is in my profile. And if you're watching on one of the other live streams, the link should be in the description to come join the party in there. It's for real estate agents who want to take more listings. I have, here's the plan for today. I have a 10 to 15 minute presentation geared towards those of you who want to become the go-to listing agent for downsizing baby boomers, AKA senior owners, in your market of choice. I want to walk through that, and then I will get to live prospecting on my phone, senior owners, AKA, those downsizing baby boomers, using leaddeck.ai. So, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Josh Shanley. I've been a licensed agent for nearly 20 years now. In that time, I got a blower. Somebody doing the blower over. I'm gonna wait till he's done blowing the back porch. We're getting lawn treatment. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's loud for me. So just give me one minute until he wraps up and makes his way over to the front. It'll give me a chance to take one more sip of my coffee and let you know on TikTok, come join the school community. The link is in the profile. On the other streams, the link is in the description to come join me there. Looks like he's getting closer. Getting closer. My man is thorough. He is taking his time. I'm sorry, everybody. I promise. He's got to be almost done. My man. Come on, buddy. I'm gonna have to give him an A for effort. I might have to give him a positive review just for how much time and effort he's taken. Okay, beautiful. We're going to talk about how to become the go-to listing agent for downsizing baby boomers, aka senior owners in your market. For those of you who don't know, my name is Josh Shanley. I've been licensed for almost 20 years. In that time, I have participated in hundreds of transactions, both as an agent and an investor. I've helped thousands of other real estate agents grow their business through direct response marketing. I've written a book on the topic. And if I were you, the two most relevant things or reasons why you might listen to me today is that I'm actively producing. I've closed, I have a settlement this afternoon, which will make, close to 30 transactions since September. So what's that, 6 or 7 months? Icon status at eXp Realty. And with the help from Sean, my co-founder, we have built a platform called LeadDeck.ai. Number one, to help me in my own personal production and grow my business. And number two, to help all of you in your pursuit of today's topic, for example, becoming the go-to listing agent for downsizing baby boomers, aka senior owners. So let's talk about first, why focus on this niche? Reason number one, the riches are in the niches. The riches are in the niches. This is a rhetorical question, but I think you'd all agree that specialists tend to be more highly paid than generalists. If you think about attorneys, if you think about doctors, and let's face it, we are also professionals. And when we specialize in helping and serving a specific niche, generally speaking, there's always exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, we are able to be more highly paid. So why not embrace the idea of becoming a specialist and specializing in helping senior owners, baby boomers who are thinking about or ready to downsize? That's number one. Number two, can you say 2-for-1 deal, which means less clients and more money? When you are helping senior owners who are looking to downsize, in many cases, it's multiple transaction side opportunities. And when you use the tool that I'll be using later in this session to live prospect, you can strategically stack the deck in your favor and potentially have even more transactions. When you do like I will do later, which is contact senior owners who are also tired landlords, meaning they own multiple properties. But at a minimum, when you are able to position yourself as the one who can help a baby boomer or a baby boomer couple or senior owners who they live in a 2-story home and they want to move into a 1-story condo, or they want to move into an active adult community, that means multiple transaction sides. That means you can close more transactions from or with less clients. Number three, and this is a big one, according to NAR, empty nesters and baby boomers make up more than 50% of all listings. More than 50%. Now, this is the 2025 NAR Home Buyers and Sellers Generational Trends Survey. And if you add up, the darker blue is sellers. The darker blue is sellers. If you add up younger boomers, older boomers, and the silent generation, that is north of 50%, I think. Yes, it's 57%. 58%, something like that. Math on the internet. It's, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. So why would we not focus on that? Now, how is the question? How is the question? Well, I recommend and I follow a two-pronged approach. A two-pronged approach. What do I mean by that? Well, number one, Number one is a strategy that is more along the lines of farming. Now, if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I talk about really the three avatars of real estate agents, or the three activities that real estate agents can use to have more conversations, write more contracts, and have more closings. Number one is shepherd, meaning taking care of your sphere of influence and past client. And let's face it, that those are great sources of business, but it can be very limited. It can be very limited. Number two is farming, which is this first prong. And number three is fishing, embracing the fisherman mentality. Okay, so let's start with, in this case, for this audience, the farming strategy. The farming strategy. It's building a database of ready, willing, and able buyers who also have a home to sell. Now, how do we do this? What would this look like? Well, what I would recommend for those of you embracing this and both of the two-pronged approach is you're posting daily on Facebook, on Instagram, on Nextdoor, on your Google business profile, maybe even on LinkedIn, etc. Content like what I have up on the screen here. Examples of a post from, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, one of my new listings, which, oh, by the way, this clientele would fit the audience that we're talking about. So that posting schedule would be, or could look like, Monday through Friday, posting a variety of content types. Number one, curated listings or a list of properties. So for example, check out all available single-family homes with a primary suite on the first floor in Cumberland County. Or check out all available homes in active adult communities in Central PA. There's any number of ways that you can slice this. You're only limited to your creativity. You can play with price ranges. You can play with different community types or even different geographic types. Number two, content type, deal of the week or deals of the week. So if you followed me for any length of time, you know I talk a lot about a deal of the week email. Well, you can turn that deal of the week email into social content as well. And I have deals of the week because you might feature a one-story condo of the week. You might feature a one-story single-family home of the week, or even your active adult community home of the week. Lots of things you can do there. The third bucket, community information. So information about communities that are either maybe active adult communities or communities that have new construction homes with master or primary suites on the main. You could also share open houses of this type of content and off market, which, if we get lucky today, I might get an off market deal through the live prospecting. This can be free, or you can put money behind these. But even if you just follow this strategy without putting any money behind them, consistently posting, you will find that over time, your reach will grow and the number of inbound opportunities you get will increase. So you don't have to do paid ads. That's gasoline to put on the fire after you've done enough work to start getting some traction. Now, number two, and if you only had to pick one of these two, this would be the one that I would pick if you want certainty in knowing that you will get results, that you can proactively fill your pipeline right here and now. The good thing, the plus about this strategy, the farming strategy, is if you follow what I'm saying here, it will cost you nothing and only take you 15 to 30 minutes per day tops. And it can compound over time. This here, you can front load. If you consistently put in the work 3-4 days a week for 3-4 weeks in a row, you can very quickly fill your pipeline with opportunities, ready, willing, and able right now business. So what does that look like? It's building your listing pipeline with motivated downsizing baby boomers, AKA senior owners, strategically reaching out to them by calling, texting, and emailing to see if they would be open to, or they are ready to entertain offers for their property. We give them what they would want if they are thinking about selling. Because most people, whether it's senior owners or any property owners, when they're thinking about selling, what they want is an offer. They don't wake up in the morning and say, golly gee, I could really use a listing agent. We may be what they need, but what they want is an offer, a ready, willing, and able buyer. So what next? Well, I am going to pivot in a few minutes to live prospecting senior owners following this second prong, this prong number 2, the fisherman approach. If you are watching this and you're not already part of our school community for real estate agents who want to take more listings, you should go and join the community. There's a link in the description, or for those of you on TikTok, there's a link in the profile. And you can also scan the QR code on the screen here, and we will build you a personalized one-page listing plan around maybe senior owners, maybe some other niche that you want to own as a listing agent. With that, I am going to pivot to doing some live prospecting using my favorite tool. I mean, I'm a little bit biased, but it's my favorite tool, which is leaddeck.ai. Sean says snowblower. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Thankfully, not a snowblower. It was actually our lawn treatment, which is, funnily enough, we did get some snow the other night. It was 70 degrees at 6 o'clock Monday night, and then it was snowing at 11. What are you going to do? All right, let's go ahead. Look at this. Wendy says, I'm about to show another house to a buyer who came from my deal of the week post. Boom is right. Okay, so let's take a look at how we can use LeadDeck to reach out to these senior owners, these potentially downsizing baby boomers. And so if you have never seen LeadDeck before, I'm going to take a minute to show you how on your laptop, how I like to use it to identify, in this case, the senior owners that I'm going to then reach out to by tapping on my phone to call and text and email them. And then I will switch over to my phone and I will get to work. I got to get with school to see if they can get it. So I don't know that I can share my phone the way this is doing it. Maybe I can screen mirror. Maybe I can do that. Now we're getting fancy. Okay. So I decide I'm going to embrace this fisherman mentality, and I want to go out and bring back fish for dinner. Embracing the analogy here. I'm going to go into LeadDeck, and I'm going to choose seller as my target. Okay, so we have sellers, buyers, and flippers. We're going to choose sellers in this case. By the way, the little glitch we were having with the buyers is fixed. So those of you who have been waiting for that, it's back in full effect. Thank goodness. Okay, so I'm going to, let me see here. I'm going to choose a zip code that is nearby. So I've got 17013 and I've got single family selected. Now I'm going to preview the counts, and I've got 1,243 senior owners. 1,243 senior owners right off the bat. And I can do some advanced filters. So maybe I only want 4 bedrooms. I want there to be a minimum of 4 bedrooms. Why? Because they might be more likely to want to downsize, and in that case, it cut down the number considerably. So why don't I'm going to do this because I only want a few of these to reach out to. I'm going to stack lists, because when we stack, we increase the likelihood of motivation. So I'm going to choose senior owners who also are tired landlords, because I love talking to, this is perfect, beautiful. I love talking to investor, I love talking to that type of avatar. And so by stacking those two together, I'm stacking the deck in my favor. Now, that may not be who you would prefer to work with. And in that case, you might stack senior owner with tax default or involuntary lien or even vacant. Okay, so there's lots of different ways that we can slice this. And it's one of the things that we can work through and identify when you go to leaddeck.ai/plan and you submit, you just answer a couple of questions, and then we put together a one-page personal plan for you. But for now, what I'm going to do is senior owners that are also tired landlord, and I'm going to save this audience So they're right here. And there are 20 total potential senior owners who are also tired landlords. Now, tired landlords is just a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just a quick list. That means they own multiple properties and they own them for 10 plus years. And they may have some other motivating factors, let's say. So now I have my deck of owners here that I can reach out to. Senior owners in a particular zip code that own a single family home that is at least 4 bedrooms and they own multiple properties. Why is that important? Because one of the things I'm going to ask is if they're not interested in selling or open to an offer for the property I'm calling about, do they have any others that they might be interested in selling or entertaining offers on? At this point, I'm going to stop the screen share and I'm going to log in from my phone. And next time I do this, I will figure out how I can share my phone on the screen here. But for now, I'm just going to demonstrate how easy this is. For those of you using Lead Deck, all you have to do is go to your preferred browser on your phone and log in. So I'm on Safari because I'm on an iPhone. And I go to my dashboard. I want to make sure that I refresh and go to, I got to refresh one more time. Sometimes it takes a minute to refresh here. Was I in the right account? I hope I'm in the right account. Doggone it. I was in Ed's account. Okay. Well, let me redo this real quick here. I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to remind all of you, if you are watching on one of the live streams and you're not seeing the screen, you can, if on TikTok, you can go and join our school community. The link is in the profile. And if you're watching one of the other live streams outside of our school community, the link to join us in there is in the description. So I forgot that I was in my setters account. I have a local person on my team who is calling to set appointments for me, and I was in his account. That was my guy, Ed. So let me run this again here. And I'm going to get that. And I'm going to run that count. And then we'll switch back over. Where did it go? Where did it go? In the meantime, let's, so the script I'm going to use is the 2-step script that you can find. One of the bonuses when you join the school community is some of our scripts book. And so this 2-step script is our absentee owner 2-step script. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to confirm that they still own the property that I'm calling about, and then ask if they would be open to an offer on the property. And that script has been incredibly effective depending on the audience. Now, if I were, like I was last week or 2 weeks ago, reaching out to expireds, I would go with our direct script, which has been great and very effective with expireds, which is, are you still accepting offers on your property or for your property at and whatever their street address is. Okay, so let's see. I have my deck. I have my deck here. So we're good to go. Now, one thing I didn't check is my my outgoing script, so I might have to tweak that, but we'll see. So this is my first property that I'm reaching out to, and I see that the sell score is 97%. And I have the names, and it looks like I have 2 phone numbers. Both are on the DNC. So I'm not going to call those. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send an email. And all I did was tap the email, and now I've got this pre-populated email that's going out. And what I am also going to do is I'm going to do an enhanced skip trace to see if we can get some other numbers or emails. So I didn't get any more emails, but I did get, I'm sorry, I didn't get any more phone numbers, but I did get a couple of more emails. So I'm going to send to the other two emails. And by the way, it tracks. We now have a log that tracks your activity in here. Really freaking cool. That's all I'm going to do for that one for now, for today, because I want to keep it moving along here and demonstrate some of the tapping to call and text functionality. So this one has a seller score, a medium sell score of 82. The seller signal is over 800 data points on over 11 million properties and scoring it 0 to 100, on 100 being most likely to sell in the next 90 to 180 days. Obviously, no guarantees, but pretty cool. All right, all of these numbers are on the DNC, and it also looks like the email doesn't quite make sense with the owner name. So I'm going to enhance this one as well. This is an additional layer of skip tracing. And I've got a landline here that's not on the DNC. I'm going to try it, but it's a deadline. Okay, well, I'm just going to send to the email, even though the owner name is Eric Swidler and the email doesn't seem to match up. But I've had lots of instances where people will forward along the information, or they'll just get back with me directly to try and clarify what this is about. And that's all I'm looking for, is a conversation, because the more conversations we have, the more contracts we write, the more closings we have. Okay. All right, let's go here. Let's go to the next one. 235 Marion Ave. Interesting. So got a lot of, now this one, we definitely have the right email. So I'm going to send that off. There's another email in there. And let's go ahead. I'm going to tap to call. James says, thanks for adding the tracking, Sean. 100%. There's some other really cool stuff we're going to be able to do with that as well. Deb, will you be sending any? Hello? Yeah, hi, I was trying to reach Jeffrey Austin. Do I have the right number? Oh, it is. Okay. Do the two of you still own the property at, oh, geez, I had the address here, 235 Marion Ave in Carlisle? Oh, you don't? Really? That's weird. What about 716 Northwest Street on Carlisle? I don't even know where. No, not at all. So weird. I'm so sorry. Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the call, and we'll get to the bottom of it one way or the other. Thanks. Well, that was weird. Maybe I had a different Jeffrey. Deb asked about sending direct mail. So why don't I show what that looks like? Actually, I'm going to do this one end to end, including direct mail, because we have added in the ability to tap to send direct mail as well. And I was kind of just keeping it on the tapping to text, call, and email, but Deb asked, and I think it's valuable. So why don't we go there? So this is the next property. Now, this is a 2-story. It's definitely a 4-bedroom. And it has a working mobile number that's not on the DNC. So I'm going to call first. It's either Jeffrey or Diane. Yeah, I was trying to reach Jeffrey or Diane. Just had a quick question about the property at 1013 Shannon Lane in Carlisle. If you could give me a call back or shoot me a text. This is my personal cell. Thanks. So voicemail. Then I'm going to tap to text. Boom. Okay. Blue text. So it's iPhone to iPhone. Then I've got 3 emails, and I can tell that at least one of them looks correct because it's first and middle initial last name at Yahoo. This one, I don't know if it's right or not. Now, what about adding to direct mail? I can tap this green send mailer button and I can add them to my mailing list, and away we go. And now they will get a sequence of 3 pieces of direct mail over the next 30 days, increasing the likelihood that I get some type of response one way or the other. Okay, I went to the next one here. Helen and Floyd. Let's see here. I think I've got some good emails. The way we have designed this, the email deliverability and the response rate is drastically higher than what you are likely experiencing through a CRM or a Go High Level account or things of that nature, because it is a direct email from your email client. And not only that, with the way we position the scripting, it just tends to get a exponentially higher response rate than typical or traditional cold emails. All right, seller signal 97. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think. I could have sorted this by cell signal, and I didn't even think of that. I'll show everybody what I mean in a minute. Yeah, hi, this is Josh Shanley. I'm calling about a property in Carlisle at 1211 Fleetwood Drive. Okay, let me try to get the person you're trying to reach on. That call assist sounded like a real person. AI is getting pretty wild with that. If you're on TikTok, you can come hang out in the school community. Just use the link in my profile. And if you're on one of the other platforms, sorry, but they're not able to take the call. The link is in the description. If you'd like to add anything else, please feel free to do so now. Daniel, hey, this is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling to see if you still own the property at 1211 Fleetwood Drive in Carlisle. If you could let me know either way, this is my personal cell phone. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks. I very likely have a good working email here. The more you do this, the more you can tell, like, there's 2 Yahoo emails that are very likely. One is Dan, like the shortened version, last name. One is Daniel, last name. And then one's a Netscape. I'm not even going to bother with the Netscape email. I mean, is anybody using Netscape anymore? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. Let's see here. Let me try this landline. Another landline. 0 for 2. All right, let's try.
Please leave your name, telephone number, and a brief message. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you.
Hey, Edward, this is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling with a quick question about the property at 136 South Pitt Street in Carlisle. I'm going to shoot you a text as well. If you could get back to me. I was just really calling to confirm if you still own the property. Let me know. Thanks. I'm just tapping along here. Tapping. Okay. 4 beds. I'm going to enhance this one because it's got one phone number on the DNC, which that was good because it got me a good email. And here's what I'm going to do, because this, for whatever reason, this particular target bucket is not bearing much fruit. So let's see what I can do to pivot and maybe find an audience that I have a little bit more luck with. So I had pulled. I'm in Carlisle. We're looking at this, and I pulled senior owners, tired landlord. But what if I go? Let's try senior owner and vacant. What does that look like? I've got 9 of those. What does senior owner and involuntary lien look like? 29 of those. What about tax default? 10 of those. Interesting. So I'm going to pivot slightly. I'm going to do the senior owner vacant, and I'm going to also grab the senior owner tax default while I'm here. Whoops, I didn't save that. Hold on. Senior owner vacant. I'm going to save that. And then I'll go senior owner tax default. And then I'm going to run this one first. Okay. Let's go back over here. Sometimes we got to pivot, and I'm not saying I'm not going to finish that deck. I just, because we're live streaming, I'm hoping to maybe get some live ones. Now look at this. So this is seller signal 96, in-state absentee, free and clear, senior owner, tired landlord, and vacant. I mean, that's a lot of stacks. That's a lot. So let's see if we can get Marion.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Yeah, hi, my name is Josh Shanley, and I'm calling with a question about 200 North College Street. I got one of the AI answers, but it doesn't seem like it's going through. So in the meantime, I tapped to email. Let's see if we can get a landline that'll connect. Nope. What about this other one? All right, there's one other. Oh, yeah, let's try this one. Isn't this audience all at their doctor's appointment right now? Ryan says, watch yourself. Watch yourself, buddy. All right, we'll see. I'm going to keep it moving along here. All right. Look at this. Okay. I have high hopes for this one. Multiple mobile numbers not on the DNC. So fingers crossed here, and a high sell score. And a high sell score. Let's see if we can get David or Marianne on the phone. Well, I'm having all kinds of issues today. I got a voicemail, but it was not the owner. He said his first and last name, and neither one was the owner. So, or watching The Price is Right. Oh, that's funny.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Yeah, hi. I'm trying to reach David. Had a question about the property at 538 Wilson Street in Carlisle. If you could call or text me back, I'm going to shoot you a text now as well, so you have that number, and I appreciate it. All right. There's one more phone number, so we're going to give it a whirl. There's one more mobile number. Oh, looks like maybe that one's disconnected. Let's try again. You know what? I don't know. I can't ever tell if it's disconnected. I'm having all kinds of problems with my my network. It says network activate. Yeah, see, I think it's a working number, but it was my network was jacked up. Maybe it's not a working number. Well, I'm going to tap to text it. It's a blue text. I'm going to try it one more time.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Yeah, hi. I'm trying to reach David or Marianne. Just had a quick question about the property at what is it? 538 Wilson Street in Carlisle. I did shoot a text as well. And if you could get back to me, I would appreciate it. Thanks. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Who's this? This is Thomas. Hi, is that Thomas? Thomas, hi, this is Josh Shanley with eXp Realty. Hey, I'm a realtor, but I just had a quick question for you before you hang up. Damn it. I tried something different and he hung up. Let's see here. I'm still going to send him. An email. Good news was he answered. I mean, that's a step in the right direction. I don't know why I pivoted that. Sometimes my brain misfires. I've heard some people successfully using that that script, but I've had plenty of success with just coming right out and asking the question if they're open to offers. Okay. Well, this one I've got no working emails even after the enhanced, but Nancy. Ryan says, mail him a postcard of you crying because he hung up. That's a great shout, actually. I should mail him something. All right, well, let's try this. So voicemail box has not been set up yet. I'm gonna see what it looks like when I. Hi, Nancy. This is Josh with eXp Realty. I just tried to call and got your voicemail, but it seems as though it's not set up. Just curious, do you still own the property at at 246 West Willow Street in Carlisle, question mark? And this one, I'm going to add to my absentee owner mailing list. Because the mailing address for that one is Miami. All right. Well, this is turning out to be quite the flub, but whatever. I'm going to press on for at least a few more minutes here because usually something good ends up popping the longer we plug along. And I also have lots of evidence that I will get email replies throughout the day, evening, and even tomorrow. And sometimes even beyond, 2 days after.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Yeah, hi, this is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling with a quick question about 156 South West Street in Carlisle.
Thanks, Josh. Please stay on the line. I'm sorry, this person is not available. If you would like to leave an additional message, please reply after the tone.
Yeah, hi. I was trying to reach Katie with a question about the property at 156 Southwest Street in Carlisle. This is my cell. If you would, please give me a buzz back, or if easier, you can shoot me a text. Thanks. I've got a few more in this deck. I think 2 or 3. And then maybe I'll run one more and we'll see. We'll see where we wind up here. Let's try this line. Looks like not a working number, I guess. Yep. Okay. Well, let's try this number.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Yeah, hi, William. This is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling about the property that I believe you own at 100 Fern Ave in Carlisle, and I just had a quick question for you. If you could give me a buzz back, or if easier, shoot me a text at this number. Thanks. I'm tapping to text. Number 3, emails. They all seemed like they could potentially be working emails. So fire off all of them. Why not? And wait, what was that one? Oh yeah, 100 Fern. Huh. And let's see here, sharing. Okay, mobile number not on the DNC. Fingers crossed. Sharon, hi, this is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling with a quick question for you about your property at 535 Hamilton Street in Carlisle. If you could give me a buzz back, or if easier, you can text me on this number. Thanks. I had 3 potential emails, all Gmails. So one of them is definitely the right one. Let's do this. Still got about 12 minutes. Let's run another deck here. I'm a glutton for punishment. You never know, right? Some days it's easy, and some days you just got to do the work. And what I have found personally is 2 things happen on days like this where it seems like, what am I doing, right? Like nothing seems to be working. No one's answering. Guy hung up on me. What I tend to see is 2 things happen. Number 1, other business finds me that day. Like people that I hadn't talked to in a while or whatever, like just opportunities tend to find me. It's like the universe rewarding you for taking action. That's number 1. Number 2, I know that from all of these emails that I've sent, I tend to get at worst a 10% response rate. So I don't know how many contacts I think I've contacted less than 20 so far, but it most likely means I'm going to get 1 or 2 replies. This is an incoming call. I'm going to take it. I don't think it's related to this, but you never know. Hello, this is Josh. Hello. What are you going to do? All right. Let's go ahead. What I will do for those following along in the school community, this is great because it gives me another chance to remind you. If you're watching on TikTok, come join the community. The link is in the profile. If you're watching elsewhere, the link is in the description. I will post a review by the end of the week as far as how many email replies or other calls or texts back that I got from this, because I'm certain that will happen. And sometimes you just got to let time, you just got to give time. So what I was saying here is when I have a deck, I can actually sort it by highest sell signal. So it'll put the higher sell signals at the top. Now, that is cool and helpful and useful, but I still am going to just generally speaking, I'm still going to reach out to everyone. But why not start with the ones that are more or potentially more likely to sell? All right, let's call Angela here. Mobile, not only dancing. Oh, not in service. I'm still going to try and text her. And this is, so I'm gonna email here, email, and I'm going to, this is an owner occupant, so I'm going to hit send mailer, and I'm going to add to my owner occupant mailer list. Boom. All right. Whoops. What happened here? Let me get back to my deck. I lost my, okay. Next up. Also owner occupied.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Yeah, hi, this is Josh with eXp Realty, just calling with a quick question about 43 Pleasant Hall Road.
Thanks, Josh. Please stay on the line.
Well, it ended up hanging up, but in that, while I was waiting for that, I tapped to email and I tapped to add to direct mail. Next one. I'm working, it's senior owner stacked with tax default. Let's call, see if we can get Wayne on the line. Wayne, good morning. This is Josh with eXp Realty. How are you this morning? Hey, I was calling about the property at 677 West Lowther Street. Do you still own that property? You do? Any chance you'd be open to entertaining an offer on it? No, not interested? Any other properties in your portfolio that you might be open to? Okay. Fair enough. Are you looking to add to your portfolio? Not. Okay. Well, if you can hang on to my number and let me know if or when anything changes. Awesome. I appreciate you taking the call. Thanks, Wayne. Bye. So what would I do in that case? He wasn't really interested. I could also tell he was kind of busy. I'm going to actually add Wayne to, I'm going to push to add him to, I haven't even shown this yet, but I'm going to push to add him to my CRM. And then I'm going to update that appropriately in my CRM to include a market report for the zip code of his mailing address, which is his primary residence. And I will start sending him a monthly postcard following Ryan's direct mail flywheel video. If you saw that posted in the school community earlier, because at some point something may change, and I've got good working emails for both him, the husband, and the wife. So I'm just going to tap to add, and then I will go and edit that information later when we're done with the session here. Log out, all fixed. Yeah, sometimes you'll see some weird glitches with Lead Deck. Usually if you refresh, or worst case scenario, you log back and log back in, or log out and log back in, usually it fixes itself. Sometimes it has to do with an update or enhancement that was published, or sometimes whatever, I don't know, cookies or whatever. I don't even know what that means or how any of that works. All right. I'm going to couple more here, and then I need to regroup, grab some lunch, and prep for group coaching session for some fun folks that I'm working with. Deb and Tim and Terrell and Rick. Who else? Matt. I'm missing a few others.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Is that Sherry?
Yes.
Sherry, hi. My name is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling about the property at 74 Cave Hill Drive.
Interested in selling.
Not interested.
Email in my lap, you can have it.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I wish I could. Well, I appreciate you taking the call and being good natured about it. And yeah, we're just reaching out on behalf of a client. So,
Okay.
well, I appreciate it. Take care. Have a great week. Bye-bye. Not interested. Boo-hoo. Let's see here. Let's try Laurie.
Call has been forwarded to me.
Well, it hung up for some reason. Well, I'm going to tap to text it. And tap to email. Let's see here. Do I have time? I probably have time to get through 5 more. I'm going to finish this deck, which then would make about 30, which is it's at least a decent sample size for me to then circle back with a little summary later in the week that I'll post into the community with, what the what sort of additional email and or text and or reply calls that came back. So let me see here and try Michael. Oops, I forgot to tap again.
Telephone number 71760966681. Can't take your call now. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Hey, Michael, Josh Shanley with eXp Realty. I was calling. I just had a quick question for you about 1235 Spring Road in Carlisle. If you could give me a buzz back, or if easier, you can text me at this number as well. Thanks. So let's do some tapping here and then move to the next one.
has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Renee,
Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Renee, hey, this is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling with a quick question for you about 805 Nesbitt Drive in Carlisle. If you could give me a buzz back or shoot me a text back at this number, whatever is easiest for you, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks. So while I was waiting for voicemail, I tapped to email and add to direct mail so I could just keep moving along. I've got a couple more here and then we'll be done for the day.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Yeah, hi. I was trying to reach Abdul or Shamim. Had a quick question about the property at 2214 Douglas Drive. This is Josh with eXp Realty. If you could give me a buzz back or shoot me a text. The number I'm calling on is my personal cell. Thanks. Let's see here. Tap to. Boom, boom. All right, I got two more, and then we'll bring this bird in for landing and set up the rest of the week. Let's see here.
You have reached 717-422-1271. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Gina, hi, this is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling with a quick question about the property at 2148 Douglas Drive. If you could give me a buzz back or shoot me a text if easier. This is my personal cell. Thanks. Couple more taps here. Just tapping. Let's try. There's two mobile numbers, neither one on the DNC. So I'm going to try. This might be Bradley. The first one was Gina.
Telephone number 71738533342. Can't take your call now. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Yeah, I was trying to reach Bradley about the property at 2148 Douglas Drive. Just had a quick question. This is Josh with eXp Realty. If you could give me a buzz or shoot me a text back. Thanks. All right, last one here in the deck. Let's see here. Paul and Trudy. Well, I think it's my dang network again. Let's try one more time.
Hey.
I don't know what that. I don't know if that was Trudy or not, but I'm gonna at least. I'm at least gonna send a text message. That was the voicemail was just hey. I don't know. Okay, so here's I would call this I don't know. Hopefully it was time well spent. Hopefully you guys were working along with me. So as I bring this into for a landing, if you were watching on the live stream, you can join our school community. The link is in the description, or if you're on TikTok, it's in the profile. What I will do is later this week, a summary of what additional response I got by email or text. We won't have the report back on the direct mail piece of it. That'll take a little while longer, but I will be happy to share all of that with you. And oh my goodness, Ryan is the best. Watch this. Watch this. This is going to make you really sad if you're not in the community and you can't see the screen right now. But that's the card Ryan made of me crying because the guy hung up on me. Ryan, you're the best. Oh boy, you are the best. So. Absolutely. We can add we can create a mailing list that is Josh crying postcard or whatever, and that could be its own standalone campaign. Yeah, exactly. So what I will do, as I said, I'll summarize that, and also I'll include in there the one Wayne, the guy that wasn't interested, but I added to my CRM. I'll include in that follow-up summary what I do with a lead like that, a contact like that at least had a conversation, even though it wasn't, a ready to go by any stretch. Just how we can position that so when something changes, I might be the solution for them. So, well, thanks for spending some time here. And hopefully next week, the live prospecting we'll have a little bit more success with. And just from a programming perspective, because I've had some people ask, most likely one Closers Cafe a week, one of these live prospecting sessions a week, and one live demo and Q&A of Lead Deck is what you can expect moving forward. Cutting back on the Closers Cafe. And then Ryan will be a regular contributor in the school community as well. If you missed his post from earlier, I would definitely check that out as well. And Sean, yeah, I don't know. What about you? You're a regular contributor too, but you haven't posted in the school community yet. So let's go. Well, Sean will be posting, is it Friday features and enhancements? The things that we are the updates, upgrades, enhancements that we are or that Sean is making on a weekly basis to Lead Deck. So you can check that out as well. All right. The dashboard is next. Right on. Okay. Thanks everybody. Let's all get to work, and I'll report back later this week, hopefully with some positive news.